Welcome back!
Welcome
Back to our podcast.
Yes.
Exactly. It's been a good week.
It's been a good week. I'm Leash.
Leash. I'm D.
Big
Money.
Big D Money. And this is our podcast called Allow It.
Exactly. So, how's it been this week? What you been up to?
I've been working the usual.
Working for the man.
Working for the man. I'm still.
We're looking at you guys. One day,
Yeah.
you will help us stop working from the man.
Yeah, I'm still trying to find my way out.
Find your way
Still
out.
trying to find it out.
Exactly. Weave
But,
it out.
you know.
That bad boyfriend.
Oh my gosh.
Exactly.
That one that I just can't get rid
I know.
of.
Christmas is coming up. What's good?
Oh my gosh.
Plans? You cooking?
I'm not cooking. I haven't gotten any gifts.
Because they're still in your thoughts and prayers.
Oh my gosh. I was like, I'm gonna hand out envelopes with IOUs in it.
No.
Just remember to give this to me in 2024.
Exactly. No, I think it's cute that
I
our
got you.
friend so and so gave us the Christmas cards.
Oh,
adorable.
yes. So cute.
Exactly. I could.
Very
I just
cute.
don't have the time.
I was quite jealous at the beginning when you sent that text. I was
That's
like,
why I said I hope.
I was
the
like,
good
that's
Lord,
a bit shady.
I hope the good Lord grants you still do
Huh?
because your wicked ways.
I was about to call her and be like, what?
Be following you through jealousy, envy because of a Christmas card.
Yes, exactly.
Allow it.
Oh, exactly.
Allow it. So this week we're gonna talk about motherhood. This has come from a tweet that I saw on Twitter, which said, "What is your Hall of Fame worst parenting advice? I think truly the biggest crock of S in the whole canon is sleep when the baby sleeps."
Oh my gosh.
Okay, and then of course there's a list of what women, men are saying about how certain things, the advice that they were given has got nothing to do with actually the realities of being a parent.
Yeah.
Exactly. So the question I have for you is, do you think motherhood has changed you or the relationships you have with people around you?
It's different. I think in ways maybe I'm trying to fight change. I'm still trying to live my best.
Trying to
my
tussle.
best kid-free life.
Change.
When in reality, it's like, girl, you can only do so much. I think it has changed me definitely a bit.
Okay.
I can't lie. It has changed. It has changed the dynamics of some friendships. I wouldn't say
all of them.
Yeah, I wouldn't say all of them. I would say the friendships that I thought it was gonna change in a negative way, it didn't. It was the complete opposite.
Talking about motherhood.
Yeah, exactly. Talking about one.
No, one of your kids.
One of the kids is calling.
Son, I'm filming.
Oh my gosh. Call me back.
Exactly.
I would say surprisingly, there's been some good changes in those relationships around me.
Okay.
What about yourself?
I don't know. I'm up and down with it because sometimes I think it's made some relationships, as in friendships, better, and then sometimes I feel like people, because they don't, and now I have multiples. I think it was okay when I had the one, people could kind of roll with that.
Yeah.
But now that I have the multiples, I think people are finding it a little bit more difficult to navigate spending time with me, because it's hard because I've got two of them. So it's harder to spend time with anybody while you're trying to concentrate on two kids, and just finding the time to see them where it's going to be child friendly, all of that shebang, and leaving the kids as well with their dads, knowing that there's two of them, is harder for longer periods of time.
Yeah, I think in your case, because you have twins, that the dynamics are
completely
completely different to mine. It would
yeah.
definitely be
Completely different.
It would be a thing.
With my family, I think, like my siblings, I think we actually have grown closer because of the children. So instead of maybe going a week or 2 weeks go past without us speaking, there's always someone who taps in to say, like, how's the kids? How you doing? Are the kids good? But really most to do with the kids. How sometimes I feel like people could do better is if they were to ask how I am. Because I made the kids.
Yeah.
The kids are not here without me, of course, and their father. But yeah, it would be dope if people were to really sometimes just ask about me.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're hella cute though, so I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
I think that's with motherhood, parenthood in general. Once you have kids, it's like people forget.
Of course they do.
Forget about you.
Yeah.
Not realizing that the mental health of the parent needs to be in order for the child.
That is in the trash half of the time. That's one thing that people don't talk about.
Yes.
But they'll be telling you to sleep, like I said, they'll be telling you to sleep when the baby sleeps and all of those things. But if you're not intact and, you've got other things to do, you can't sleep. While the babies are sleeping because you've got other things to do. I think in terms of my actual relationship with their father, that's gone stronger because of the children and not necessarily any weaker. Because I don't know, some people, how other people have children to substitute, love within
to fix the relationship.
To fix a relationship. I don't think that's ever really been the case. And I don't know how people navigate that because regardless, whatever issues were there before the children will still be there. And in fact, they'll be 10 times worse because you're dealing with parenthood and being individuals as well at the same time and dealing with those singular problems that were there before. Yeah. So yeah, that one, that's always a weird one to know.
Yeah, no, I feel like, now my partner and I think there's a shift where he wants to be more of the present parent, and I'm very
so you're I'm
not present.
Here we go because we had this conversation because I feel I'm the 80%, my partner is the 20%.
Yes,
I very much see you being not necessarily 20%, but I think a heavy 40%.
Yeah, I'll give myself 40.
60.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Yeah,
I can never be 20%. He can never take on that much. Even though if he would like to, please, I will fight you. But I'm definitely, yes.
Do you, on that note, actually, do you think that these percentages change as they get older?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Definitely. Because
for me,
in the beginning, when Liam was first born, obviously, I was not even 90%.
Of course,
even let's say 95%.
Because they're newborn, so they're really not.
Yeah. It was me, and I breastfed Liam. I didn't breastfeed Layla, so I didn't have that. From the beginning, he was there with Layla. We split it evenly. But with Liam, obviously, because I was the one breastfeeding, it was like kind of like, well, he needs you. I can't really do anything.
Exactly. Yeah.
But once I stopped breastfeeding and he got older, definitely the dynamics
start changing.
Yeah,
switching about.
I'm definitely 40%. He's 60%.
It'll most probably change when he gets a little bit older again, when you can take him to places and do other things with him.
Exactly.
And you're likely to be more obliged to take him to these places and do things with him. So it'll end up being like the other way around.
Again,
exactly. Whereas with me, it switches completely when they're older because then their dad takes over like full control and I'm back in these streets.
I'm in these streets now.
She sure is. She sure
I'm
is.
in these streets right now. You could catch me in a street next to you.
Don't catch her, please. She's taken. Do not catch her. My
stepdaddy applications are open.
There we go. That's what I was about to say. Unless it is the situation we talked about last time, when you're out here trying to provide some sugar without receiving any sugar, then of course, feel free to tap in and apply.
Yes,
DMs are open.
The DMs are open.
Exactly. I was listening to T-Pain this morning, which was really dope. Of course, he's a great singer. He never needed autotune to begin with. Yeah. So autotune needed T-Pain. And I feel like a lot of people are saying that he definitely, deserves an apology from people in the industry who said, he killed music and ratata. I can't remember who it was. Was it Usher?
Because of autotune.
Because of autotune. Yeah, exactly. And I listened to his new album, which is Under the Covers. So he did a YouTube thing because he did like a residence night and there's like 100 people in the room, and then he performed to it. But then, of course, he actually recorded it for an actual album, and it's so good. I was bumping it on the way here. It is so good. R.I.P. to anyone that was next to me in the cars. It is so good.
Forcing them to listen.
Exactly. And I sent you the link anyway, so I hope you listen to it because it's really dope.
I will definitely check it out.
It's perfect for chores. It's perfect for chores.
Nice.
Any new albums? Besides Nicki?
No. Yeah, no. I think it would just be Nicki. Yeah, Nicki's the only one that I've...
Man, that song is on repeat. That song is on repeat. I actually don't even know the name of it. It's Trini something, right?
Yes, Forward from Trini.
Exactly. God,
and I like Everybody because obviously I'm an Uzi Vert fan.
Of course, exactly.
Little Uzi. And of course, Fuck the Club Up.
Of course. I think that's one hell of a hit, that one. The whole album, actually, I didn't skip anything. I let it run through. Of course, I've got some faves, but I let it run through. I'm a Barb anyway, through to through.
A Barb,
yeah.
Through and through.
Yeah, through and through. That's what I am.
Shout out to the Barbs.
Exactly, shout out to the Barbs.
I wanted to talk about, as we tap into motherhood and relationships with, your friends and stuff like that. I did want to tap in more into relationships with the relationship you have with your partner after having kids.
Okay.
Because, I know a lot of people are saying that, especially with boys. I mean, I've had a boy now, so maybe I could tap in a bit more to that.
For sure.
But I remember when you had Camille, I remember hearing from people that once a woman has a son, like there's always this shift with her and the father of the child, because she then gives all that attention to her son, and she loves her son now more than she loves her man, and the man feels it.
I don't know if the man feels it. I think my partner sees me now in a different light because seeing someone as a mother is also shifts their perspective, right? And there's a certain love that you give a child because they are a child, and then of course there's certain love that you give a grown man because they are a grown man. Is my time now more limited? Yeah. Definitely. Has my love changed? No. So the dynamics have changed.
Yeah.
But not saying heavier more on the kids than it is on the partner. It's just the dynamics have, I don't know, they've just filtered in a different way, but not necessarily taking away from him and giving more to the child or giving less to the child because of him. Very anti, by the way. This is going to be controversial because I'm very anti on the whole it's straight after postpartum, you're 2 weeks in, make sure you get yourself dressed and do all of that stuff because your man needs you at this time. You have a whole newborn. I can even barely see at that point, by the way. They see in black and white.
let the child's vision, let
the child's vision come through first. Before you start planning date nights and this, big ups to you people that can, to the women that can do that. I say good for them and all of that stuff. But I'm sure your man would, especially if you've chosen a great partner who's also then a great father, who's also just a great person in general, they should be able to navigate that time and realize that, okay, this time is going to be shifted a little bit towards the child and not necessarily us at the moment. So doing all of these planning of day nights, 2 weeks in, you have to get dressed up. You have to do this. Bear in mind, you're crying your eyes out 24/7 because of hormones. I saw, that girl, the one that is with, the really fine man. I can say that because they're not married. Until they get married, I can't say that no more because he's off limits. Miracle Watts and Tyler.
Oh, Tyler Leppy.
Tyler Leppy. I think it was a few months into her having the baby. And by the way, this woman is banging too, right? She's beautiful. They planned one of those. I think it was like a child-free holiday. Just
after she had the baby?
A few months after she's had the baby. right?
Wow.
It's either something like that, or they planned like a specific date night for them to rekindle, all of that stuff. And she was getting dressed, and my girl was just bawling her eyes out because she's like, my body is not what it used to be.
I remember her.
Do you remember?
That
Exactly.
She was upset about
She was upset.
And she literally snapped back, but she was upset that I think her stomach was still dark.
Exactly.
You know, all of those things that take time. Yeah.
So, and you know, the pressure of that to be looking a certain way for that date night, that could have just been taken off by saying, you know what, babe, let's just stay in, we put the baby to bed, we watch a movie, we chill, I cook for you, because obviously she needs that during that time, just knackered as it is, so it would be helpful. I'll cook for you, we'll do a date night indoors, and you know, and we have a good night and we keep it pushing. But the pressures of, oh, we must go to this place at Nobi and show people that we're still out here, and we're popping, we're doing this, we're still together and happy and snapping, and you've snapped back. The pressures of that for women is too much these days. It's too much to be an all-rounder. The same conversations I have with you about the same 24 hours as so and so and so and so. It's not the same.
It's not the same. Yeah, no, I agree.
And
it's
what are your thoughts?
Not the same.
Yeah.
I mean, I get I see from different, obviously, aspects, because we know people that have had kids and they've had to do that, where they've had to kind of snap back into being the wife and being
the truth.
Basically being that woman for the husband. So not only do you have to make sure you're there and ready to please your husband after giving birth, then you know you have to make sure that you're there for this new baby as well
at the same time. And
then obviously I've always seen it from your perspective as well. It's also because you've been with your partner for such a long time. So I guess, you know, you guys know each other well enough to see how this thing works. I mean, for me, in my situation, I've never felt the need to kind of I can't even remember the last time we went on a date. If I'm honest, we're like we live together.
I don't think you do. What is it called? Intentional dating.
Yeah.
I think you're like, okay, I'm hungry.
Yeah, I think
we'll
we'll probably go grocery shopping together.
That's a date. That's a date for some.
That'd be us. Yeah, we'll go to the grocery store together. We'll go get. We'll get a coffee together. That would be a thing. That would be our thing, where we walk and we go to a coffee shop and we'll get a coffee together.
Exactly.
Definitely, we'll take the baby for a walk.
Exactly. You guys are walking together. You're out.
Yeah. I would say that would probably be the only thing of, okay, like I see you and you see me and we're still in this. Like, let's walk and go and have a talk or whatever. But yeah, I think for me it's the snap back. I lost so much weight after having Liam that I was the complete opposite. I thought I looked like a freaking skeleton, like a zombie. So I'm like, I feel like for me, I have to find that balance of not feeling like this little human that I just brought into this world is not sucking the literal life out of me. And the whole relationship aspect definitely takes a back seat. I mean, he's never said anything to me, so I think he doesn't care anyways. You figure your thing out.
Yeah.
So I just always found it so interesting to see women, how they're able to kind of just snap back into that and, you know, make sure that they're this and they're that. And like you said, be that trophy for their husband and things like that.
Start running around in lingerie 2 minutes later.
Yeah. No.
I don't know. But yeah, people, I guess, like I said, each to their own.
Yeah.
People will do what works for them.
Yeah, 100%.
A lot of the times, though, I've noticed that happens with women, don't quote me here, but that happens with women that are financially completely reliant on their partner.
Of course, yeah.
So
that makes sense.
It's heavy on the...
What do you bring to the table?
Thank you. They're not like us. What are you bringing us to the table?
I'm paying for everything. What are you doing, girl?
But going back to the point where you said, you know, when I said do you think your relationships have changed? And you said you make now a conscious effort to, let's say, go out or do things as an individual or with your friends.
Yeah.
Do you somehow think that comes from pressure to stay relevant?
When I had Layla, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely when I had Layla, definitely.
Yeah, you felt like you needed to.
I did, because I felt...
to show face.
Yeah,
constantly.
I wasn't... obviously, I had a child, and even though I was grown, I wasn't a baby, but I had no intentions of having this child, and I felt like everybody around me was like, "Oh, she's gonna have a kid. She's gonna be different. She's gonna change."
Fall off.
Yeah, basically, she's gonna fall off. So definitely with Layla, I did.
You said I'm back and I'm better.
Exactly. I made it. I made it like a mission to be like, yeah, y'all don't know what y'all talking about.
Of course,
like, I'm
exactly.
here.
I'm here.
With Liam, second time around, and I'm grown. I'm like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like,
true.
take it or leave it. Like,
yeah, it is what it is.
And it's funny because a lot of the people that I know and the friends that I have with no kids don't have the amount of freedom that I have with kids.
Let's speak on it. We went to that get together at our friend's house.
Yes.
And I spoke on the fact that while I was there, a lot of people said to me, "So where are your kids?" Right? Bearing in mind they have a father. So where are your kids?
Exactly.
This is, and it was mainly the men,
of course,
in the room that were asking me, "Oh, so if your babies are 8 months old, 9 months old, whatever they are, where are they right now? Who's with them?" Well, they have an active present father, so of course the father is going to, the same way the father goes out as well. But I was letting you know that there's just very rarely was anyone asking the men in the room, in the building, where are your children while you're here? How are you over here throwing it back?
Yeah.
And where's your kids?
Where your children at?
On top of that, where's your partner? Right? So bring your partner along, and where your children at?
Exactly.
Yeah. So with women, I think this is how they end up feeling like, okay, so you can never win, because you're out, it's a problem. You're not out, it's another problem. She fell off, she's not out.
Yeah.
You're out,
where her kids at?
She's on it, but where's her kids
Where
at?
her kids at?
That bitch never has
She's
her
out.
kids.
We never see her kids.
She never has her kids. Of course. And it's a lose-lose in terms of you going back to you showing your partner, not showing your partner.
Yeah.
It's also a lose-lose.
Of course.
Where's the baby daddy?
Yeah.
There is a baby daddy. You just don't necessarily need to see me with the baby daddy everywhere we go, because
not necessary.
He's not my blood. He's not my flowing blood.
Exactly.
But yeah, so I don't necessarily have to have that person with me 24/7. It doesn't necessarily mean our relationship is weird or this or that.
People definitely think that.
They think our relationship is weird.
100%.
Sure. They're like, "Oh, where is he all the time? Why can't he be here? Why can't he be that?" But I'm constantly at his events and parties and stuff like that, because he wants me to be there, and I have somewhat of an interest in the things that he's doing, but he has no interest in the things that I'm doing. So therefore, how are you forcing someone to go to something or do something that he has no interest in doing? He would rather be at home chilling with his kids and living his best life.
Which I think it's okay. I feel like let's normalize partners having separate entities. I think there's so many YouTube couples and all of this nonsense that people think that, okay, if you're not showing off your partner or you're not together, social media does not see you guys together, then it's not real.
Say it again.
Then it's not real. Which I feel like is complete bullshit.
It sure is.
I think it's bullshit. I say it all the time. I'm like, you see these people, the next minute it's like, oh, we're announcing that we're splitting up.
Yeah, and it's amicable for a minute or so, and then it just becomes full blown drama. It's either within a couple of months, within a couple of weeks, or within a couple of years, and people are starting to hit back at each other for this or for that.
Then people start watching the old videos and analyzing the body language.
Me.
The body language.
They start sending them to their best friends like, bitch, have you seen him?
See, See, I knew it from the time I watched that video.
His energy was off.
Oh my gosh.
His energy was off.
I knew it from the time I watched that video.
Yeah. You will definitely know of them. They're very present. They're there. They're very much loved. They just don't necessarily need to be.
They don't need to be Diddy. They don't need to be out here up in the video.
Exactly.
Bouncing around.
No. Let's not talk about Diddy, please. Or him bouncing around anything.
They don't need to be. Take that.
Let's not talk about that. I saw that completely off topic. I saw Carisha talking about how people should. You need to sometimes keep silent because you don't need to speak on anything too much. I said, girl, come on, please. Let's not do this. Come on, girl.
She said they want a reaction, but they're not going to get nothing out of me.
Nothing. We know of someone, unfortunately, that went through a relationship, no kids, married.
Yes.
No real actual, no real, it's because she's had kids. No, nothing like that. Nothing's changed.
Shifted.
Still looks fire, still the same size. Because people will be like, oh, did she get fat?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, she didn't. She's still looking fire. But my man was cheating. Cheating.
With the homegirl.
With the
friend.
I could never. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know how people could do this in someone's face and then walk away and sleep at night.
I have to approve your homegirls first and foremost.
No, I have to approve your homegirls.
I gotta see what the homegirls looking like.
What, his homegirls?
I gotta see what his homegirls is looking like. Because you're not gonna be like, I'm over here chilling with my besties.
His besties is not gonna. His besties can't be baddies.
I said what I said. If you're one of his besties and you feel offended, it is what it is.
Listen, people, I don't mind. If she's a baddie, it is what it is. And if they feel the need to do something on the side, please, we need all the help that we need in our household. So let her come and lend a hand.
No.
Come babysit these kids so we can go on a date night.
Mine needs to look like a whole werewolf. Mine needs to look like Shrek. I'm not having it. I'm not having it.
It ended up being like a sort of a homegirl / work wife type situation, right?
Yes,
a work wife that turned into a full on side chick.
Yes,
Yeah, exactly.
It was happening in their home, in their matrimonial bed.
Oh dear.
Right under her nose. She'll get home and, he'll be like, so-and-so's here.
My goodness.
We got dinner.
Oh, my goodness.
Meanwhile, not so long ago, they was just up in your bed.
So you're over here changing bed sheets every week for the next
We know that nigga wasn't changing no bed sheets.
She was. Poor woman. She was changing the bed sheets every week for them people to come and run up in their bed. That pains my spirit. And this whole, you must cater to this, so you're over here cleaning the whole house up and down for this woman to come and just take over when you're not even there. You know what got me? When she said that she was actually actively doing things like cooking her dinner, and then she'll get home and she'll think it's the man that has cooked her the dinner.
Wild.
People are out of control.
Wild.
They're really out of control.
She was literally a sister wife, and she didn't even know it.
Yeah. I think the thing is that I feel like women can do worse, but we just don't get caught.
Of course.
And by we, I don't say me. I say womanhood.
Exactly. Don't
get any ideas.
The collective.
Exactly. Don't get any ideas.
The collective.
Yeah. Men are sloppy.
They're very sloppy.
Very sloppy.
Very sloppy.
They're sloppy with it.
And I think what happened? I think the work wife and the husband had a falling out. So then the work wife snitched on the husband. So basically messaging old girl saying like, well, this has been happening.
Oh my goodness.
Because she would have never found out.
I thought she said it ended up being one of his homies.
Oh, yes.
Girlfriend.
Yes.
So the homie slipped up and told his girl.
Yeah, and then the girl, the girl said,
if you don't tell her, the wife,
I'ma tell her.
I'ma tell her.
Yeah.
I give you a certain amount of time, and if you don't tell her, I'm gonna tell her. And then this is it. Basically, his hand was forced, and he had no option but to tell her. Didn't tell her the truth. Remember, told her it's someone.
Yeah,
but you don't know who. But of course, it ended up being someone that, of course, she actually knows, that she's been inviting into her home and doing all sorts. But yeah, men are very sloppy, and sometimes I think they're sloppy on purpose because they genuinely don't want you.
of course.
Yeah,
and,
And
they
they're
don't
finding a way
they don't
out.
want to leave you, so they want to
Finding
do
a way
everything
out
for you to
to make sure that you figure your own way out. Really,
exactly.
What is it? Why a little chuckle? Little chuckle.
No, I'm just kind of like, because I have a work husband. Shout out to my work husband who has a beautiful missus, and I'm like, I could never imagine doing that.
People actually take this whole work husband and work wife thing way too
They take it
seriously
way
than
too
it needs to
deep.
be. I do have a work husband.
But you know, you leave it at work.
Exactly. Yeah. And he likes me down.
Of course,
because he looks out for me. I look out for him. But there ain't nothing any further here because I don't want his problems. That's for his business.
Exactly. My work husband's like, you need to talk to my missus. So I'll be like, say, there's drama at work. And I'm like, oh man, like I'm over this. I'm annoyed. And then I'll be like, what are you buying me for lunch?
Okay.
He's like, how did we get from you moaning and groaning and being rude and then me getting you lunch? Like, how do you do that?
But one thing the American girls are going to do, they're going to finesse their way into getting their nails done. They're going to finesse their way into getting some dinner, getting a coffee. Yeah, thank you. Fly me out.
Yes.
Fly me out. They're going to finesse their way into anything. So there's a page actually dedicated to Thames, the Afrobeat singer.
Oh, okay.
And basically people were saying with her softness, right, and her femininity, right, would drive anyone to do anything for her.
Wow.
So do you believe that's in a way it's kind of possible because you lot be finessing, saying I'm just a girl.
Because we
play
girl,
this buy me a coffee.
Damsel in distress.
Thank you.
So I'm like, I've had a day. I'm so annoyed.
It's been a week.
I'm so hungry. I haven't eaten ages. Like
provide.
Exactly.
My provider.
Exactly. That's like.
Provide.
Seriously.
I know.
Just, and men, shout out to men, they just want the men out there that we are even dealing with, they want to be providers. They want to feel like, she needs me.
Yeah. The ones that we deal with.
Yes.
And I mean in every aspect, in terms of friendships, in terms of in our relationships, because there's definitely men out there who are not interested in being providers.
That's why we have to put the quotation marks.
Exactly. So good for them.
Ones that we deal with.
Exactly. The ones we deal with, for sure.
Because not every man is trying to do anything for anybody.
I think that comes from the men in our lives in general, my brothers, my partner,
of course,
my friends.
100%.
All of them want to make sure that I'm safe, I'm secure, and that comes with providing.
Yeah.
So can I do it on my own? Yes. Will I do it on my own? Sometimes. Do I choose to do it on my own? No.
Yeah, because why? I remember saying to, I think it was my work husband, I was like, I remember I went back home to visit one time, and shout out to Travis. We went out to dinner, Travis and I, and the waiter brought the bill and obviously gave it to Travis.
Of course.
And he's like, why you gave me this bill? She ain't my girl. She not letting me hit. And I was like, excuse me? I was like, you already know that you need to pay the bill.
Thank you.
But it's like, that's... And, we're just friends. He's like my brother.
Yeah, for sure.
And I feel like that, even my gays,
Yeah,
even my gay males, like, shout out to them. They're just like,
that's so true, because I know some queens out here who for sure they're splitting. But that's how I'm kind of raising my sons to, you know, to be providers, to give security to their partners, whoever that may be.
Exactly.
Their sister.
Yeah.
Their, you know, the women in their life.
Exactly.
They should be the security.
I think that's important.
Yeah,
and it's not every day. I don't see Travis every day and we're going out to eat and he's paying the bill. Yeah, exactly. So it's like, come on now.
And I keep on reiterating, please, people know that we can do this on our own.
Thank you. Yes, 100%. We don't work for no reason.
No. We can definitely eat out.
Exactly.
And we eat out good on our own. We can definitely buy and buy on our own. But yes, it's super cute when this happens.
Yeah. One thing about Leash, though, ain't nobody gonna take care of Leash like the way she takes care of herself. Okay?
And what about it?
Hello, because I love myself. I take care of myself.
And what about it? So yeah, our sons are gonna be the caregivers.
Definitely.
The here you go.
100%.
Yeah. They're also gonna be able to do laundry and cook. So. Yeah, I tell you all the time.
We're not even playing that game. My stepsons, they already know.
Of course,
they already know. I don't play that. They wake up Saturday mornings and they clean up. We're not
like any other person.
Exactly. We're not raising kings that can't do anything on their own. They cook. They know how to cook, and they cook really well too.
Men are out here babies already. This is the reason why they're always constantly saying, not all men, by the way, this is the reason why some of them are constantly saying, oh, what are you bringing to the table? You should have a flat stomach. You should be able to clean. You should be able to cook. You should be doing glute workouts 3 times a week at the gym, and also maybe still have some liposuction just to touch it up. Should look like a trophy. You should have 20-inch hair and all of those things.
Of course, allow it.
Allow it. And they cannot, and they're not building houses.
No.
And by building houses, I don't mean it literally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, what are you doing in order for me to do all of these 10,000 things that you have on the list?
Basically doing the same thing that you and by no means am I a feminist, but you're not bringing anything special to the table.
No, definitely not.
Still making me take out the trash.
Yeah. So I'm not taking out the trash. I could never.
Exactly.
Not taking out the trash. But yeah,
I'm not taking out the trash, by the way. It was, metaphor. I live with too many men in my household to think I'm taking out trash.
Too many men.
There's too many men in my household.
So yeah, motherhood is a big feat, and it comes down to how you're raising your sons,
100%.
or even how you're raising your girls, to be those boss ladies and boss chicks and bad baddies that you want them to be.
Yeah.
So it's it's a whole balancing act.
It is. Yeah. And shout out to those women that are doing it every day, and to those women that are struggling and they're trying to meet their partner's standards. Tell him to allow it.
You need to meet your own standards, meet your children's standards, and one day you'll reap what you sow, basically, at the end of the day.
100%.
Yeah, so
I agree with that.
Peace. We gotta love you and leave you. See you guys next week.
Bye.
I'm Dee.
I'm Leash.
And this is Allow It.
Thanks for watching this episode of Allow It. Remember, we're here with you guys every Tuesday. Make sure you hit that like button. And also don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And for those on the go, make sure you check us out on Spotify or Apple Podcasts.